to say Matt Nagy is absolutely going to give you a word salad. He's gonna come out there and go ahead, kid. Ask me a question on a Matt Nagy topic. Give me a question from the stands there.
Hey, Matt Nagy, you think you're gonna give up? Are you or someone else gonna be doing the play calling on Sunday?
You know what? That's a great question there, kid. Is it? Yeah, that's a great question there, kid. And I appreciate that you were able to ask that question because what it shows is that we're in a place of good collaboration together. And sometimes when you want to collaborate, you look to the sky and you're trying to figure out where to go with it. So that's kind of what we're doing in here this week. And Bill and I and a lot of the coaches in the building have talked, and we've decided that the best thing to do is just to look around at each other and make sure we trust each other, and we're going to keep it internal.
You know what, Nagy? That's interesting because in the real press conference, you know what you said? I give it to you right here. You said that the criticism was fair, which I'm glad that you agree.
Hey, listen. Matt Nagy's real good at saying, "Hey guys, I sucked."
Yeah,
I don't give you credit for that.
You're really good at that. You're still in character, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
So you said the criticism was fair, but you also said that you were going to keep it internal when it comes to the very specific thing. So I ask you again.
Yeah.
Who's going to be doing the play calling on Sunday? And do you see the direct correlation between when it's clear that you're play calling, the team doesn't do well, but when you give it up, all of a sudden they magically look like a great team? Do you see the direct correlation there?
Well, and that's something that I had to call Andy Reid. I know he's in the hospital and possibly on his deathbed, but we had to call him and check him out and see what was going on there, just to see what kind of what he's seeing, and just to get back to your roots. And when you get back to your roots, Roots is one of my favorite movies, and I do support the Black Lives Matter movement. And so what I do with that is I really look into it and I say, hey, stay safe, brother. Go out there and do what you got to do. And I keep it internal inside of my head. And then when it comes out here, it really works out like this. And we're going to keep it internal.
Hey, listen, thank you. Thanks so much to Chief C for the super chat. More power to you. Speaking on the question that even Chief had to ask.
I'm still in character here.
You're still in character. Would it be fair, since it was being fair, would it be fair to say that you and Ryan Pace are definitely on the hot seat?
When you think about a hot seat, I think more of a hot plate, some of that good Southern cooking. And so, I really, I really look internally at it, and I say, sometimes you got to go Denny's, sometimes you go IHOP. I'm more of a Waffle House guy myself. That's kind of got us what got us out of that rut last season. And so when I look at it, and I really think about it, when I think about the hot seat, you got to ask George about that. I'm more worried about what's going on here, and internally, we're going to keep it internal because our internal organs is our heart, and what our heart's going to tell us to do is keep it internal.
Now, keep it internal. This is what you said publicly. You said you think both Andy and Justin are in a good place, and they've done a great job figuring out the why. So we've done a great job figuring out the whys, which is something you didn't say here, which I'm kind of disappointed because that's your go-to. But anyway, you can't answer a lot of things that because it relates to scheme. Tell me this: what the hell is a scheme?
Well, when you're thinking about scheme, first things first, we want to keep all of our scheme internal. And I'm glad you brought up the why. We really want to look at the why, and when I was growing up, the why was a big part of my life, the old YMCA. You go down there, you play a little hoops, and sometimes when you're at the why, you're inside the why, and that is internal. And when you're internal in there, you have good collaboration with Ryan Pace. And what we do, we go inside of there, and sometimes we sit down at the why and we understand the why. And once we understand the why, we understand the you, and you are why we're here today. And so we just appreciate you for being here, and we're going to keep it internal.
Thank you for not answering the question. Oh God. You kept a straight face that whole time too.
Yo, you know why?